Hey besties, it's me, Carrie. Good to see you. Straight out of the shower, and that's okay. My wet, weird hair is just gonna have to do. I'm Carrie from Terminal Doesn't Mean Goodbye, and terminal doesn't mean goodbye. It can be a whole lot of what, but it doesn't necessarily mean goodbye. So, welcome to my channel. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all the love and support that I get from you guys. You guys, I read your messages, and you have no idea how much you guys carry me through and help me through stuff. You just have no idea. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Thanks for being here. Ooh, my nose ring is off. I love that I got one of the comments in my last post about my nose rings, that metal in my nose can't be good for me. I love that. I think that's so funny. Just because, yeah, I'm sure that's what caused the cancer. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, I'm just doing an update. Last week was a pretty busy week and also, yeah, this whole week has been busy celebrating Casey's birthday, my husband, and things have been going pretty okay. I've been doing a lot of self-work and all that, trying to figure out what's going on and process stuff. I've been under a lot, just dealing with a lot of emotion lately, and that's kind of a good thing, but it's also, it's stuff that kind of keeps you down a little too, but it's worth going through, if that makes sense. That's like all my emotional processing of everything going on and what the next several years, if I have them, looks like. So, yeah, I had my new pain management appointment yesterday with the pain management clinic, because my pain has reached the point of where it's just excessive, and we're trying to get to the bottom of it and get some relief there. One of the interesting things that my new pain management doctor told me about is that the reason why I'm having so much pain in my chest area, obviously you guys know I've got a big cancer right in the tumor in the middle of my chest where the lymph nodes are, but it's right on my heart too. So it's it pushes on my heart. It's not in the actual heart, but it pushes on it. It's causing all sorts of problems. But it also, interesting to find out that it's the pleura in the lining of my lungs, of my left lung, also has cancer in it too, and it's because the pleura has changed so much in there, that's also causing a lot of that pain. So one of the things that we talked about, instead of just increasing my medicines, because I don't want to just keep increasing medicines and just, that one taps out, let's do another and another, and I'm just, no thank you. So I went there with hoping that they would not put me on methadone for pain management, and I talked to her about that. The original assessment was that they were going to put me on methadone for my pain, since I'm allergic to morphine, and we've gone through all the other medicines. So instead, we're going to stay on the oxy that I've been on, and go from there. But also, we increased a lot of other nerve blockers that I'm taking as well. So that's kind of interesting. Well, it's been helping a little bit, so that's good. Also, I decided that I'm going to start therapy again, which is really good. Insurance is kind of touchy on what they cover and don't cover, but this new pain management clinic is really trying to set me up to get massages and acupuncture and acupressure and the whole bit. I am really excited to try that. Even if it doesn't work for the actual pain, I've always wanted to try it, so that sounds like a really wonderful thing to me. And so I feel like somewhere in there it's got to work at least a little bit, and you guys know how I'm into Reiki and all that. And so, just receiving those services for myself too, since I do a lot of services on other people, it'll be a really good time for me to start focusing on my own, what I have always deemed as excessive care for myself. You know what I mean? I always felt like those things were really indulgent, and therefore I shouldn't do them because there's other things and blah, 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 blah. You know what, though? Self-care is super important. So I guess it's really time for me to do this too. That's good. That's good. Another thing that we were talking about, and I'm about ready to talk, I'm getting a referral to an endocrinologist as well, because my cancer has caused hyperaldosterone. And what that is I have a cancerous tumor in my left adrenal gland, and that is causing my blood pressure to skyrocket. It's doing a lot of the dumping of the potassium. It's doing all sorts of havoc in my body, and it's quite deadly. So I'll be seeing an endocrinologist soon to start that, and we're going to talk about whether or not I'm kind of thinking maybe of having that tumor surgically removed. The downside of that is that because it is cancer and because my cancer is so aggressive, there's always a really good chance of it coming back, which kind of defeats the point of the whole surgery itself. But I feel like if I were to do something like that, even though my body reacts terribly with surgeries, but if I were to do that, that would I would hope, would take my hyperaldosterone away. So that could just give me some more years as well. So I've had people asking in my last or previous segments of why not do chemo again right now. I really don't think I'm actually going to end up doing chemo again. The reason why is because I am high grade, very aggressive cancer. The first rounds of chemo that I did, it didn't work very well, and we did some really strong stuff. Oral chemotherapy does not work for me because, if the strong stuff doesn't work, then the lower grade stuff isn't going to work either. I could do an even higher grade of chemo, but it just makes you so sick. I feel like I don't have enough years and time in my life to go through another round of that type of chemo and miss out on all of my family stuff, especially with my daughter having a baby girl in March. I don't want to miss out on any of those family opportunities. And with chemo, it kills you. It really does. You can't just say like, oh, I'm having a good day and then go do XYZ. Granted, let me just say that every cancer is different. Every cancer treatment is different. So mine isn't going to be the same as somebody else. And when somebody says this worked for somebody else, try it, it'll work on you. That's not really the case because of our cancers. No two cancers are the same like that. Everybody is different. Everybody responds differently to different treatments, and you just can't treat them all the same. So for me, and my type, mine is a very difficult to treat cancer. So with the limited time that I have left in this world, my big focus is quality of life. I need that time with my family, my close friends, my husband, my in-laws, my family. Family is everything to me. So I just don't want to, I'm not going to do chemo again. It was a really hard decision to make, but I'm just not going to. But I wonder, with doing surgery of getting rid of the adrenal gland tumor, that should add some more years to my life, because that's all in the kidney area, and with taking the ailment out of the kidney area, that will be very helpful. The big things with cancer too, of what you have to look for, is when when your body is starting to really fail, when you have when your kidneys aren't functioning properly, and when your liver isn't functioning properly. So far, my stuff is a little faulty, but it's not the end of the world faulty, if that makes sense. So I feel like I still have a bit of time on this world, So we're going to find out in November when I'm going to end up doing another PET scan in November, and a bone scan as well. And then we'll see where we're at. Oh, also, so I have cancer in my spine too. So that has been super excruciating. That is like one of the number one pains besides my chest that really holds me back. And this is kind of cool though. We are going to be able to do radiation for that. So that is awesome. It's small enough area that we can, the location of it isn't going to cause too much disruption, and it's on the spine. So, that'll be really good. what was I going to say? Oh, I had asked too about, well, can we do radiation on my lungs too, my lymph nodes there? And the doctors have all said absolutely not. And I'm like, what the heck? Why not? It should be small enough, right? I mean, it's not like it's the size of a 6 inches or whatever. And they say absolutely not, because the tumor is on my heart. And if they do radiation there, it turns out I'll have a heart attack and die from the radiation. So that's out of the question. So that's kind of a bummer, but we're still trying stuff. Oral chemo is not going to work for me, so we're not doing that. But we're going to try our best to keep things where they are. I am going to end up going off of lanreotide after all, just because the pain, I wasn't expecting this with it. It accentuates all of the cancer pain that I have everywhere, and that is not good quality of life. So, and it's not doing anything. It's not like it's shrinking or slowing down the tumors or anything like that. It's just causing havoc in my body for no good reason. It was definitely worth a try, absolutely, but I will be happy to be done with that too, given all the stuff that it causes. It's really a living nightmare. So yeah, that's what's going on with me, and I just wanted to hit in and say hi. Yeah, so we've been also talking about my timelines of life, and it's been brought to me that I really need to start planning for my death. As blunt as that is, that's what I need to do. Whether, death happens sooner than later, I'm not even trying to think about that. But I do have to prepare for that. I have to prepare for what's going to happen to my body. What am I going to do? My thought is I'm definitely want to donate my body, when I die, to science, hopefully to further research on my type of cancer, especially because there's just not a whole lot of stuff out there for my specific type of cancer. I would love for anything of myself to be donated wherever it can, and then, probably either cremated or something, and make it just easy for kids, and so they don't have to. So anyway, I'm planning all sorts of things like that, in financial situations and blah, 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 blah. It's really grim, but I'm doing my best, I'm doing my best, and I'm trying not to overshare, and I'm going through a lot of stuff with my kids right now, and some of it's good, some of it not so good, so we're totally processing that stuff. Excited for all their upcoming changes. Yes. So that's where I am. Thank you for watching. If you like what I do, hopefully you'll please subscribe to my channel. I would love to see this channel hit 5,000. That would be excellent. And starting in the next week or two, I would love to start a stage 4 cancer support group, doing that live, maybe like once a month for the support group, and then doing weekly live things too, covering certain topics with you guys. I feel like there's a lot to be said in everybody else's challenges with pain and with their own cancer stories, and I feel like my channel is a really good place to explore all of that and talk and support each other. So because we've grown into such an awesome community, and I love that so much. I tell you how grateful I am for that. That just makes my heart so happy. All of you guys, I love you so much. Anyway, subscribe to my channel, like this and all that jazz, share with your friends, whatever, and that's awesome. And thanks to you guys, I am going to be receiving my first YouTube checks for monetization. So that's excellent. Thank you so much for all of your support. That's right now my only way of income besides my Social Security disability monies. With God, that is sparse for money. That's impossible for anybody to live off of, but not complaining or anything like that, but I'm just trying to do a little extra too for what my limited body can do. Anyway, love you, love you, love you. Mwah. I will talk to you soon. Comment below and I will see you later. I hope you're having a wonderful week. Bye.